Hello, I'm Tracy Pa and welcome to another episode of Scope. ExxonMobil PNG continues to support communities near its plant site to foster sustainable development, enhance local well-being, and build positive long-term relationships. This approach focuses on education, economic development, environmental stewardship, and community engagement. In 2024, the support included double classrooms, staff houses for teachers, a courthouse, and funding for 18 women to participate in a pilot entrepreneurial community gardening program. The recipient of this support share how the support received has added value to their communities.
Investing in the development of Papua New Guinean businesses during 2024 through landowner companies, ExxonMobil PNG spent 2.6 billion kina engaging these companies to construct new facilities in the upstream area and LNG plant site villages of Porabada, Boera, Papa, and Lealea. This included double classrooms that were handed over to 2 primary schools in the upstream area and 4 classrooms near the LNG plant site, and staff houses were also constructed and handed over to 3 primary schools. Porabada Primary School received support after a storm destroyed vital infrastructure and affected the learning of the students and teaching capability. The school now has a new double-story duplex classroom and administration building.
But with this building, it's not like they're on high posts, so like when this kind of things happen, the natural disaster, we feel comfortable because it will in no way sort of affect or deprive children from the learning, because we have a safe building to sit on and to enjoy classes.
And in Lealea village, the addition of education infrastructure has catered for the school's recent elevation status from primary school to junior high school, while also providing adequate housing facilities for staff.
With the help from ExxonMobil, we've benefited a lot. The infrastructure that they have given, it's housing staff and also students as well. Their help is not just coming directly, it's also coming through MRDC, that all these renovations that have taken place are through ExxonMobil. With these other new buildings that came out, it helped us to elevate our school to the current high school status.
With the accommodation that I have now, that I'm living in, it's very, very helpful, and I'm very pleased to be living in that house because it guarantees my safety during rainy and windy season, especially in this area. Like my safety was guaranteed, and also like I'm very happy to be in such house like what ExxonMobil has given to us.
While Papa Village has a new courthouse funded by ExxonMobil PNG. This building will positively strengthen the law and justice system in the community.
Putting up the courthouse, which is our dream for so long. We've been having cases under the trees, under the houses, till when this the project start and the leaders negotiate. It could be better for us to have our own courthouse. So we are so happy that we have a permanent courthouse, which we boosting up our morals in terms of controlling and measures of the law and order. So we are really thankful.
After this thing now, the building has been up. It really saves times for them, and also now they are a bit. I mean, the cases now have been seen very, very good because of the building right now. Yeah.
Furthermore, In 2024, ExxonMobil PNG provided funding for 18 women from Boira village to participate in a pilot entrepreneurial community gardening program. The women completed the 14-month training program in horticulture and market management to give them the knowledge and skills to cultivate community gardens.
We took the initiative to take the project back to our communities where the women are engaged in backyard gardening. So this was more as a project site, and the women had to take the seedlings home to plant at home. So we saw the project benefit the community in that it was giving us nutritious meals, as well as we didn't go to the market to buy our vegetables. It was all at home where we would just walk out, pick it up, and prepare a good meal for our family. So it transformed the lives of our women in that they saw that there was an opportunity for them to also use this project as a business opportunity for them.
It is important to note that more than 300 ExxonMobil PNG employees volunteered over 722 hours during 2024 to support community-based activities in and across the country. Early in May, this newsroom was fortunate to have caught up with staff of ExxonMobil PNG during a volunteer activity where they were furnishing furniture for the Porabada Health Post. The furniture donated by ExxonMobil PNG includes benches, bookcases, and cupboards.
The big challenge is water and power. Patients is every day we are seeing more than 20, and sometimes it's more than 50. When the power is off, everything is like it's not running well. Especially asthmatic patients need nebulizer. They need power, and we need power to connect and give them the nebulizer. So when there is no power, we always refer patient. So we are on easy pay now, where we collect Tukinato, sustain the easy pay. If there is no easy pay, there is no power, we always refer patients. It's very hard to see patients without nebulizer or power. They're requesting for cells, and they provide cells, which is very good. It will help us to our medicines. Currently, it's like medicines are on the floor. At the back, the boys are finishing the cells. I am very happy.
It's more than a donation by ExxonMobil. I can tell you that it goes more deeply to touch the struggles of this community.
Since production began, ExxonMobil PNG has conducted engagements with more than 81,000 communities within its area of influence. This includes the communities of Porabada, Lealea, Boira, and Papa, while 30.2 billion kina has been distributed from PNG LNG revenues to the state of Papua New Guinea and its people.
You're watching Scope. Make sure to like or leave a comment under this story on the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. After the break, a local lay boy makes the big league in France and returns home to power his gym business while on a short break from professional rugby. From a humble beginning at the Lay Schools Rugby League competition in 2014 to make the second batch of PNG Hunters team in 2015, and then to be brutal axed from the team 2 years later in 2017. But he still finds the way abroad for a professional rugby league career. This is a story of former PNG Hunters second rower and one of the finest rugby league talents coming out from the school's rugby league competition in the country. This is a story of exiled hunter Nixon Borana Ubahia.
My name is Nixon Borana Ugaya.
Nixon Borana Ugaya, former PNG Hunters player, has spent the last 8 years playing for Villeneuve Leopards in the French Elite One Rugby League Championship since joining the club in 2018. Before joining the French club, Ugaya was amongst some of the brightest rugby league prospects in the school's rugby league who joined PNG Hunters when they were just second year into Queensland Rugby League competition in 2015.
After a trip to Australia, representing PNG under 19 Kumus, I was lucky enough to be selected to join the PNG Hunters in the year 2015.
In his early 20s, when he made the PNG Hunters team, following his impressive performance in the school's rugby league competition and followed by an impressive performance in the Junior Cumuls outing at the end of 2014. The young athlete would then spend the next 2 years, 2015 and 16, playing for the PNG Hunters, capping off 9 appearances for the team.
Everything was going great for the young man until 2017, when things fell apart for the then promising youngster. He was dropped from the 2017 Hunter squad in a major shake-up by master coach, now East New Britain provincial member Michael Marum. The young man returned home to Lae and contemplated his next move. Just when things were starting to look blurry, the Villeneuve Leopards forward grabbed an opportunity that would change his life forever. He received an offer to study at the James Cook University in Townsville, Australia. His family gave their blessings and he embarked on this crucial journey.
I was with just for 2 seasons, and then after that, I left to study, pursue my education dreams in Australia. So I studied at James Cook University in Townsville just for 1 year, and then I was lucky to bump or meet a coach from France, and then he offered me this, once in a lifetime opportunity to go and live on Bay Coast. So I took away both ends and I never looked back.
Ugaya has spent the past 8 years with the club since joining them in 2018. He is contracted to the club until the end of next season. The young footballer said he is enjoying life in France, something he thought it would never happen to him after brutally shouldered though at the Hunters.
Ugaya has kept a clean sheet as an ambassador of Papua New Guinea in a foreign land, so that more PNG players can get a chance to play in the French Champions League in the future. Villeneuve Leopards forward Nixon Ugaya and his friend and former PNG hunter Muka Peter travelled home to PNG last month, taking a break after the 2024 to 2025 season. The 2025 to 2026 French Elite One Rugby League Championship season begins this September. Both are now in the country enjoying their pre-season break.
Ugaya comes from a mixed parentage of Chimbu and Central provinces. Apart from playing for PNG Hunters, he played for Lae Tigers and Gulf Isapaya in the PNG National Rugby League competition. In Australia, he played for Townsville Blackhawks and Ipswich Jets between 2016 and 2018 while studying there. He moved over to France at the end of 2018 season.
Beyond his rugby league career, Ugaya established the Pro Fitness Gym in Igam, Lae. The gym was established so that residents and athletes in Morobe have a local gym to go to with quality training equipment fostering strength, fitness and development. The facility opened in December 2024 and attendance has been great so far.
I was operational on December last year. So to this day, it's been 6 months now, so it's making a little bit of money. The rates are, not too expensive. I set the rates, it's 5 kina per day for per person. I made it in a way that it's accessible and affordable for the residents, local residents in Iyam.
The former hunter is expected to host a few fundraisers in a bid to promote his gym and raise money to buy more gym equipment so that residents can enjoy top-notch gym services.
The other will be just to sell little things such as flex guards, or t-shirts, especially pro fitness t-shirts, merchandisers, and maybe also selling foods, barbecue and stuff like that on the sides. But yeah, definitely I'll be doing that.
The PNG International is hoping his gym can inspire athletes to persevere in their respective sports. Meanwhile, Ugaya urged PNG rugby league players to consider opportunities in France, as they do in England and in Australia.
Make sure to like or leave a comment under today's stories in tonight's episode on the TV1 online website, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Next Sunday, we bring you another 50th independent story about selfless contributions to the cause of developing Papua New Guinea over the past 5 decades. See you then.
Many who are still here to tell the story of the country's most memorable day, on the 16th of September in 1975, 50 years ago, were the youth of the late 1940s, the 1950s, and 1960s. As the Papua New Guinea flag was raised, many looked on with mixed emotions. There were thoughts of hope, uncertainty, and excitement at what the future held. Above all, history was unfolding before their very eyes and would be etched in time and memory forever.
50 years ago, Colin Guys, now in her 60s, was 10 years old when Papua New Guinea gained self-determination. She recalls the time when she marched here on this very soil all those years ago for the independence celebration.
At that time, they told us that we were going to march. So we were so excited that the country flag the new flag was going to go up. So we were all interested. So they made each flag, big flags for each school. So our flag, the children that were going to hold the flags, they were right in front. And then we were all at the back. And we were so smiling and everyone was cheering when we were marching. It was so excited, that day it was different. After marching, we all went back to our schools and then our teachers sent us home. The next day we came to school. They told us to put tattoo paintings on the classroom walls. So we started painting the tattoos. Every village tattoo was painted on our school walls.
Now a grandmother to 3 children, little did Colin know that many, many years later, she would marry into the family of the country's first Governor General, Sir John Guys.
Many of the women like we were crying because we know that the poor Europeans came to teach us the right way, not the wrong way, to go on the right side, not to go on the left. That's the way. They are departing from us and we were crying and crying, we couldn't stop.
Colin compares life today to 50 years ago. It was overall better when she was growing up. According to the Institute of Developing Economies, the Papua New Guinean kina had a relatively high value compared to the Australian dollar, and food prices were generally considered low although imported food prices did increase due to global inflation.
When we had our independence, after the independence, as I grew up, I could see a lot of difference. When the Australians were here, everything was okay. The food prices were low, the tax was low, everything was okay. As our government took over, everything went really bad. And as people are talking today, I can hear them that they are saying that we shouldn't have our independence because this is what we are facing.
Colleen prays for the country today. She hopes one day it could regain some of that glory and shine it had 50 years ago.
I'm so happy that I was 10 years old when I witnessed the independence. So now I'm turning 60 on May 12, and I'm so excited that I've come this far to celebrate the 50th anniversary. So it is good, like people can change. God has His own perfect timing to do things better, to take the people in the right path for the people to live a good life.
Amongst the celebrating masses on the 16th of September 1975 was an up-and-coming cinematographer. Papua New Guinea's pioneer cinematographer, in fact. He captured one part of the overall celebrations during the time and shared his experience. The legendary Rabura Aiga from Vabukori village in Port Moresby was up-and-coming in his career as a media worker.
Aiga's career began in 1974 with the Australian Broadcasting Corporation before he joined the Department of Information and Extension Services as assistant cameraman. He was later promoted to chief cameraman in 1975. 11 years later, he became a sales consultant with Chinachmin and Sons in 1986. Then as chief cameraman and producer-director at NTN Television in 1987. He managed to establish a film production company with Frank Mills and Associates in 1989. He saw the media industry evolve with time and recounts this through his own lenses.
Actually, to start with, there's no film industry in the country. We can't produce soap operas or dramas or documentaries. There's no market for it. I mean, there's probably market, but there's no one to do them. There's no equipment and etc. Television is taken over. But I see that the standard of reporting and camera work needs to be improved a bit more.
Aiga recalled many events over the years which he captured behind the camera, including being part of the PNG production team of Hollywood's infamous Robinson Crusoe movie. He was also part of the production of Yumi Yet, Fourth Child, Marape, and Papua Besena demonstration. One more event that stood out at the beginning of his career was capturing the 1975 flag raising ceremony on Independence Day in Alotau, Milne Bay. During that time also, he was part of the production team shooting Yumi Yet, one of the very first documentaries filmed in the country. Yumi Yet portrayed Papua New Guinea, a society clutched by Australian colonialism, hovering uneasily between its head-hunting past and Western civilization.
I still have that camera instinct in me. I'd like to start at film school, but the cameras have got smaller and smaller. I just noticed you holding a very, very tiny miniature camera. It's got smaller and smaller, and better. But they all film was still good.
Having come through the years in the media industry, Aiga's experiences have illustrated that proper training and mentorship for media workers can only bring about quality work anywhere and everywhere.
I wish there was a film industry like Filipino soap operas we see. We could have a lot of talent here, but there's no pool of television people to produce those kind of documentaries or films. The last documents were produced by my group. After that, TV stations are concentrating on news, current affairs, nothing on documentary interviews or interviewing leaders on what do they think about the country's progress. I wish there was a bit more in-depth reporting.
Now, with the 50th independence anniversary approaching, Iga believes the country could be doing much better today in terms of governance if we had delayed our self-governance.
It was really promising in independence, 1995, 75, sorry. My personal thought, I think we were given independence too early. We were not prepared well in a lot of areas. Infrastructure, like all the schools, were just handed to us. And we were not ready to sustain them and maintain them. So we didn't have the managerial skills, administrative skills to carry on and improvise. So a lot of things sort of as an overall development, I think we've gone backwards. Like I remember water was running from my house at Bambukori. I could just open the tap and water was running from my house. And now 50 years after independence, we are cutting water by carrying water. Villages in Motokoitabo villages, no water. Electricity unreliable. We all know power every now and then goes off and on. So instead of progressing forward, we sort of regressed.
50 years on, how do we as people change this narrative, and when do we start?